Hey whores. So first off, I want to say be prepared to see me in this fucking hoodie. If I'm outside, I'm gonna be in this hoodie because it's my favorite hoodie. I got it when I had locks, so we look like twins. I forgot where I got it and I need to figure it out because I wanted to get my mom one. Anyway, I'm high, we know this, so I'm probably rambling. I'm also slightly out of breath. It's the fucking coffee. I drank coffee at work this morning, but yeah. So I don't have my fucking notebook because I locked myself out, but that is okay because I'm gonna try to remember what I was supposed to say, at least up until a point where I get in the house, because I had a whole bunch of announcements. So the first announcement is that I'm gonna start doing announcements. I realized that I be needing to say a lot of shit in the beginning of the video, and I want y'all to know like what the fuck is going on, and a lot of shit be happening in like a week, and I be needing to give y'all updates and stuff. Cause well, you should be following me on Instagram because that would help. But yeah, it just be a lot of stuff going on, and I realized that I need to have announcements. Also, I'm doing a giveaway. That is my other announcement. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so all of my social medias are down below. Follow everything on there, and then comment on one of my Instagram posts when you're done. And I'm doing a giveaway for all of the art things that I do because I'm a creative, and y'all might be here for different reasons. So I do hair, I do astrology and tarot. I also am a jeweler, so I'm making personalized jewelry lists and links for folks. It's a whole bunch of things. More details coming soon, but definitely follow me on my social medias down below to stay updated. I'm trying to think what was my other announcements, because there's a few. Oh, I know. Okay, so a lot of the updates that's been happening in this video, I realized, is because I was PMSing last week and now I'm on my period. I don't care if that's TMI, but because I was thinking about that and I was going to talk to y'all about how fucking terrible PMSing is, I was like, sometimes I really don't be talking about, you know, the folks that don't have vaginas. And you know, that is just my personal experience, and I realized that. But I was watching my sex ed hoe tips, and I was like, I really didn't even talk about, like, you know, I feel like I talked about people that have penises, but I didn't talk about, like, I feel like specifically for queer men, I have like a blind spot, and so I was like, I need to do an updated one. But then I realized that maybe I could just do a whole tips for butt stuff or like butt play, because I feel like y'all was a little bit underserved in the last, not in the last whole tips, in the sex ed whole tips. And I was just thinking about it because I'm like, I'm about to go off about PMSing on this fucking channel, and y'all might not relate to that, but you know, we're all here. We all might not be queer, but I want everyone to feel included. So those are like two announcements in one. One, I was going through it for the past week, okay, and a half. Been going fucking through the ringer, okay? And then two, because I know that I be talking about vaginas all the time, I was like, instead of, because queer inclusive sex ed is already 2 parts, so instead of doing that, I'm going to, instead of like adding to that, I'm just going to do a specific whole tips about butt play. So yeah. Other announcements, I think it was just the way that I'm doing this video. So I'm going to try to start doing timestamps as well as announcements, because I be fucking rambling because I be high. If you know, I'm usually talking to y'all high because I get off work and I am working 3 jobs and niggas be tired. So yeah, but I think that's the last announcement. If not, you will see after this me say oops. Not really, but just that this is going to be a quiz style video, so y'all need timestamps to, you know, make it feel realistic and interactive. And I'm really excited because I've been wanting to do this for a minute, and I used to love fucking J-14 magazines with their posters and their quizzes, so that's where I got this idea from. I think I've rambled enough, and I think those were all the announcements. So yeah, I'll be back when I have my notebook. So I'm still outside. I don't have my notebook yet, but I remembered what I was going to say before I jumped into the video, because this, y'all, I be getting myself into shit. Like, I really very much do. I said this in my last video, but like, I fully blame PMSing. This is a PSA on PMS, okay? I just want to briefly say that the way that in which I was feeling for the past 7 days leading up to Mother Nature coming is really no reason. Like, I felt like I was in heat. I felt like an animal. I felt feral. I think that's what I tweeted. I felt like I was going through it, and I just, because I feel like my birth control makes it worse, and then I be having mood swings. I be angry, but I also be so like stupidly ready. Like, so I say all that to say this whole tips is very much a flip from last whole tips, because last whole tips I was irritated, I was horny, I was stressed, and it was just a lot that was going on, and PMS just made me feel 10 times worse, and niggas had me fucked up last week. But I wanted to come back this week and tell y'all that you don't need to let these niggas get you down. Also, new dick is always the answer. Now, if you're not new here, you know that niggas here is gender neutral. If you just get the right nigga, a new one, after one pisses you off, just keep the rotation. Shout out to Issa Rae. Keep it going. Just keep it, because I promise you, especially if your problem at the time is just that you're PMSing and you're just a little angry and you just got a little bit of attitude, like an extra attitude, everybody, just go ahead and just send that text. Okay, into the video. My right thumbnail is visibly burnt simply because I hold on to things too long. You would think, with this as a daily reminder, I'd learn to knock it off, but I haven't. Hey whores, I'm back, and this is How to Lose a Hoe. So basically, like I said, I'm gonna do this J-14 style because I used to love J-14, and also I realized how different all of our journeys are and how they're going to be, and especially from last week to this week with my little PMS meltdown, how quickly they can change. And so I wanted to do it this way with timestamps and stuff so y'all can kind of jump around. But basically, yeah, it's gonna be a quiz style video, if that makes sense. Hopefully it will make sense as you watch, and we're gonna hop right into it. So first of all, how did you lose that hoe? Did y'all fall off? Is it something where they being a fuck person, boy, girl, they, fuck everybody? Or is it something where it's like a traumatic situation, like something where you may need other resources outside of yourself? What happened? Think about it. So if you chose fell off, was it a thing where y'all kind of like went your separate ways? Was it something where they gave you the ick and it's like, this behavior is kind of questionable? Or was it a bad date or outing experience, like y'all was outside and something happened, something went down? So if you chose separate ways and it's an amicable thing, y'all both decided, you have a few options. So you could either make peace, you could just be like, it is what it is, chalk it up to the game, and that's what it is. You could also be a little bit petty and just sub them on all the socials. Just sub them, have your little pity party, you know, start posting the little quotes with the all black background, all what, girl? The all black background. and, you know, get your petty shots in. You know, that's always an option. You know, I would assume and hope that we're all adults here, but maybe you're in your petty bag. You know, it's Scorpio season. Y'all know y'all are petty. Do not, if you're a Scorpio, don't look at me like that. Y'all know y'all are petty, and I know y'all are petty because I'm a Taurus moon. So do you want to go the petty route? Are we making peace, or are we updating our roster? Are we just going to hit replace, you know, hit backspace delete, control alt delete, you know what I'm trying to say. The best way to get over somebody is fill in the blank. So I feel as though these are all great options, and we'll see what you pick if y'all kind of just want your separate ways. So they gave you the ick. Been there, done that, sis. Because listen, it's the rude popo in the background for me. Where are y'all going? Can y'all get there? Anyway, so if they gave you the ick, that just basically means there's some little nagging personality trait. Something just is off. It's not right. It's not on. It's definitely not turning you on. It's turning you off bad. So if they gave you the ick, there's also a few options that you have, sister girl, let me tell you, or sister they, or sister boy. You could cut them off. You could just, it's done. It's a done bun. Like, if you really cannot overcome the ick, it might just have to be deuces to them, and that's okay. That's okay. You can assess the situation. I like to make a pros and cons list because my mom is a Libra, and if she doesn't make a pros and cons list, it will take her decades to decide what to do. So I like to make a pros and cons list. What you can do is make one about the person, like all of their personality traits, and then the ick can be on the cons list. Or if it's like a little bit deeper, you can make a pros and cons list about the ick, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like what irritates you about the thing. Like, let's say the ick is that they snore. I personally love snoring. I grew up with a lot of people that snore, so it makes me feel comfortable, but that's neither here nor there. Say it's snoring, you can make a pros and cons list. Like for me, for example, a pro is you always know that the person is alive. They're breathing, it's loud, you know. I grew up where I used to go to my grandma's house a lot, and my grandma's house, I love that sound because it makes me comfortable. That might sound really cryptic to some people. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, so the cons will be that shit's loud. See how that's easy. And then another thing that you can do is give them a second chance. So if it's an ick that you saw and you're like, did I just see that? Is that real? Oh my God, do they do this normally? You could see how it goes in a different exchange or juncture, and just maybe base your experience with them on that. Cause maybe they were just having an off day. Yeah. If you picked bad date or outing, you know, we have a few options. Similarly, I be telling y'all about my fake ass list because of my tongue piercing. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna just change it and move on. Similarly to if they gave you an ick, you can give them a second chance to like not fuck up the date. That's reasonable. And then you could also lose their number. You can lose it, you can delete it, you can block them. Like if it's really that bad, like if it's really bad, then on to the next. Also very similarly to if they gave you the ick, like it could just be, we're not doing this no more. And then you could make them a home hoe. Now, what I mean is, if you remember, what's the title of that video? building your roster, if you remember building your roster, right? And if you don't, go back and watch it, because that's the foundation of all the shit that we got going on in Whole Tips, and I need you to get with the fucking program. If you remember that, some categories of horridness that we might want to do not provide extra tips, like, I mean, not extra tips, extra amenities. And that might be dating. Like, some people you either don't want to see outside, they don't want to see you outside, y'all just need to be in the house, like, and that's okay. That is okay. It could be for all type of different reasons. Like, financially, y'all just don't gotta like that to be out dating in the streets, or y'all are healing from some shit, so y'all don't need to be in the street because that's going to create more feelings and dating and stuff. So you have options, because y'all don't have to go on outings. So go back to how to build your roster. That's another thing that you could do. You can go back to how to build your roster and reassess, you know. Also, whole goals and how to set them. All right, so honestly, I feel like love was doing not enough. So I'm here. Holy, thank you. And let's see where we were at. Loud ass fucking, what the hell? Rude. So we were on fuck shit, which is my personal, you know, specialty, where I have done a lot and experienced a lot. So, you know, I am a professional of dealing with the bullshit. So if you got a rule breaker, right, say that's the fuck shit that we're dealing with specifically. Like, yeah, agreed upon terms that they're not fucking following. They acting like they can't read, they can't write, they can't listen, hiding hoes, lying, that type of stuff. Trying to talk to your friends. Let's be fucking serious. Like, obviously, you can cut them off, block their ass. You know, we've talked about this here. It should be a done button, but we're gonna give you some more options. You could, if you want to take that risk, think about being exclusive or some version of that. What I basically mean is, y'all have to figure out what you're doing. Figure out what the fuck you're doing, have a conversation, be adults about it if you want to go the high road. Now, I personally feel like when they go low, we go to hell, but that's just me. So I would say cut them off, block them. If they're trying to talk to your friend, talk to one of their friends. Like, you know, just reverse on that ass. But, you know, if you want to go the humble route, you know, you could just cut them off, not talk to them, whatever, what have you. Now, if they ghosted, first of all, who would ghost us? Like, that don't even make sense. But if they did ghost, like, you haven't heard from them in a while, you could investigate. I would say investigate. But if you don't have, you know, you might not have time on your hands to be all up in somebody's business. You might not even feel like it. Like, you might not even want to go through their Instagram, Twitter, you know, all up in their followers, you know, what have you. These are just some examples. But you could investigate. You could. That is an option that you have. Think about it. Or you could, like I said, block them, because they blocked you in a way. Like, even if they didn't physically, like, they stopped you from talking to them. So just, like, block them back, let it be what it was. Or you could also spin the block, or let them spin the block. Now, this is specifically if they ghosted for, like, you know, sometimes people be telling you, like, oh, I just needed a moment to myself, and I just, or like something happened to their phone. Like, now this goes into the territory if you believe this shit, because I don't know, I don't like believing ghosts. I don't know about y'all. Like, my ancestors, different story. Random ass ghosts that I done fucked, and, like, you know, like, you're dead to me. I don't know. But they might not be dead to y'all. So later on, when you're lonely, when they figure out how to get their life together, you can spin the block. That is an option that you have, but you don't have to do that, if that makes sense. Did y'all get in a fight? I mean, love got it down here. It's a mutual disagreement, but did y'all get into a fight? Was y'all arguing, bickering, acting stupid, especially in the streets? Like, did this fall out from the bad day into like y'all was finna tussle? Like, cause if, don't make me go there. If y'all had a mutual disagreement, if it don't involve other people, y'all just got into a fight, y'all could revisit it when y'all are in a better place. That's some love shit. I don't like, why would you do that? But you might want to do that. You could agree to disagree. Chalk it up to y'all don't have to agree on the subject, whatever the subject matter is. If it's not that serious, y'all could agree to disagree. Or you go your separate ways, because why the fuck is we arguing? Like, why is we? But like I said, y'all might not be me. Y'all might not think the block button is always the best answer. So you could do this: revisit at a better place, and agree to disagree. You could do one of them. But you know, depending on what we was fighting about, especially if we was fighting outside, like, I don't know, because that's embarrassing. Like, to me, like, that's embarrassing for me. But it's not about me, it's about y'all. Woo! Now, me personally, this is the one that I've been waiting for, because Holy is going to tell it like it is. And if the fuck shit is that they're in a relationship, let me go through the whole list of petty shit that you could do. So first of all, you could tell, you could snitch, you could get everybody involved, since they just want to do whatever. Now, I'ma tell. And unless you're in an open poly relationship, then I'm finna tell. Like, I'm finna tell. But y'all don't have to do that. You could also say nothing. You could say nothing. You could take the high road and just be like, all right, I'm out, you know, going back up to the, cut them off, go your separate ways. However love wrote it, you know, the high road, we could go there. Those is honestly the options, but I don't know, I feel like you could do other petty shit. Like, you could post on social media about it, but like, I don't know, because like, you don't want to embarrass the other person, but maybe you do. Let me stop being chaotic. I'm gonna give it back. I'm gonna hand it over to Mari. She can get y'all together with the last one, because I am just here for the chaos. So they sent me to talk about the serious shit. I felt like I couldn't do this video without talking about just straight up trauma and what that does. And as a mental health advocate, as someone who deals with my own mental health issues, as someone who works with youth and knows the kind of struggles that can happen in our relationships, as well as someone who, my mom is currently sitting on a board leading for the domestic abuse, you know, sector of her sorority. I couldn't do this without there being some sort of serious aspect of it. And sometimes you stop fucking with people because of trauma. So that can be physical, emotional, mental, and I'm gonna talk about some of the options and resources that you have access to as someone that is a survivor of abuse. And I say that because I have dealt with assaults, and I have been trying to figure out how to better advocate for that, and I better advocate for myself after that experience. I know that one of my most seen, I think, videos on here is a poem that I wrote about it. It's called Dear John Henry, and it is the best version of me releasing that experience and that negativity and the stress and strain that it put on me. And so I don't know if I would recommend, if you are a survivor, for you to watch or listen. There is trigger warnings on there, but yeah. So I know one thing that has helped me is therapy, just being able to talk about it with a professional. And I will link below therapy for Black girls, because that's where I found my therapist. Also, let me know in the comments, or drop other resources in the comments, because I know that I have a very specific and niche version of resources, purely because of the youth that I work with. They're usually Black and brown youth from my community. But if you know of any other resources, please feel free to drop them. And I will also be dropping hotlines below. So I definitely at some point was calling the suicide hotline. I will leave that number below. There are also specific hotlines for different types of abuse that are like general to like the United States, but if y'all know of any more that are also in the United States, or any more that I don't drop in the comments, please drop them. You also have the option to report any of the abuse to the authorities, and or anyone that you know will listen and be responsible with the information. And that's kind of like the, I guess, legal approach that you can take. I also have here group therapy, talking to friends, and journaling as different options. I know journaling helped me a lot. Talking to friends helped me a lot. I didn't even realize what had happened until I talked to my best friend. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that this was a integral part of this video, because I love my subscribers, and I know that I am a person who has chosen to put my life on the internet, no matter how many subscribers I have or how many people I choose to share with on here, or what I choose to share on here. But it just felt really important for me to do, and to give y'all some options, and I figured that this could be a way and a medium. So hopefully, if you're watching this, you don't need any of these resources. I don't wish any types of trauma on anybody, but if you do, I hope that this helps. Whew, I'm back. And I know that got really real and also really chaotic, but I hope that y'all got something from it. I hope y'all like the new quiz style videos that I'm probably going to continue to do. I need some different themes, so drop it in the comments. Also, don't forget to watch my visual. I just dropped the visual for Lovely, for my new book baby that I have audio for, which is on all streaming services. And also I just dropped my first visual, and I'm about to be here with the visuals, so get ready because they're coming. And I'm planning for in-person book signings and stuff when I finally get my physical books out. Also, I want y'all to stay up to date on my social medias, because I'm going to be taking a poll for when I should do different posting days, because I feel like my posting days are really clashing with all of my jobs. But yeah, I hope y'all got something out of this, whether it was petty, pertinent, or professional. And I'm trying to think if I'm going to see y'all next in my butt play hole tips. Let me know if y'all want that, or how to attract each sign and like what the sign's like. I might do a poll for that on social media too. Follow all my social media, listen to my poetry and Holy's music. Duh, like, please don't make that child come back. She will tell y'all about the music thing because she's very excited. We started meeting producers. It's getting serious. But yeah, I love y'all. I hope y'all are having a lovely, marvelous, and spectrum-tacular day, because the only things that matter here are me, you, your nuts, and the fact that none of the other shit matters anyway, so we might as well have fun. Bye, y'all.